All right, in this video, I'm going to need you to give me about 20 minutes. So I'm going to explain something to you, and it's not going to be easy for you to hear, and you may not be able to understand this video on the first pass. But if you could stick with me to the end of this video, this will make complete sense for you. Now, there are gurus out there that are telling you that for $27, $47, $97, you could have my brand new system that nobody's ever heard before, and you could make $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month like we have. There's going to be people out there that are saying that to you. And I'm going to tell you that that's bullcrap. Okay, it's bullcrap. It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of inertia. It's going to take a lot of working overtime, especially if you have a day job. It's going to involve you getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to involve you staying up at 10 o'clock at night. It's going to involve you on the weekend, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be hell. But on the other end of it, it's going to be worthwhile. I'm telling you. So, like I said, give me 20 minutes. You're not going to hear this from anyone else on the YouTube channel. I'm telling you, they're going to tell you that there's an instant fix. There's a brand new shiny object out there. And if you just had this, if you had the perfect script for $97, you'll make thousands of dollars. If you have the perfect course, you're going to make thousands of dollars. If you have the perfect webinar, if you have the perfect funnel, if you have the perfect ebook, if you decide to sell products like cups on Amazon, if you decide to, heaven forbid, if you decide to sell water for $10,000, they're going to tell you that this is the answer. They're going to tell you that you don't need any experience. You don't need any technical know-how. You don't need any skills. You don't need to be confident. You don't need to show yourself in front of the camera. All this kind of stuff. And if you've probably heard this before, but if you've heard it, you know something deep inside of you is saying, yeah, but something's not right. I know how hard these people have worked to get to where they are, but there's something that they're not telling you. And that's what I'm here for today. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to spill it all out in this video. Spill it, like literally spill it out so that you can get a snapshot of what it's really like. And then at the end of the video, if you want to work with me, I may have a solution for you. But I got to set the parameters. It's going to be hell. I'm telling you. It's not going to be easy. Everybody else is telling you it's easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy. And this is stuff I read a lot. Last year, I read over 50 books. I read a lot. And I promise you, what I'm about to tell you is not in any of those books. It's only gleaned after spending thousands of dollars on online courses that you can actually get a big picture, a big 50,000 foot picture, and listening in boardrooms of online marketers, gurus, the best of the best in the world, that you can get this information. So I'm going to share it with you. Enough of that. Let me draw a chart. This is just going to open up your whole freaking world. I'm telling you, this is going to just blow you away. Right, so we have this grid here, and you're not going to see this anywhere in the world. Nowhere. And this is not something new. It's just you're not going to see it orchestrated this way, communicated this way. So on this, we'll call this the x-axis, and we'll call this the y-axis, and then we're going to call this the z-axis. This represents friction. And by sheer coincidence, this also represents time over here. This is time. Okay, time. Let's put time right here. And again, you're not going to hear this from anyone else. I'm going to tell you all kinds of bull crap, but I'm going to tell you the truth. The Z line represents money, dollar bills, how much money you are charging. If you're wanting to build your own course, your own program, your own consulting, your own coaching, all this kind of stuff, this represents dollars. So as the dollar value of your product goes up, the friction will go up with your client. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Friction is a good thing. If you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you get somebody in an ankle lock and you are bending their ankle, it's going to hurt the inside of your ribs a little bit because you're breaking their freaking ankle. There's pressure. If you try bending, if I were to try and bend and break this arm with my hands, there's going to be pressure on my hand that will hurt my hand because this is like a board. But if you can handle that resistance long enough, you can actually break someone's bones. So friction is good in self-defense. That means you're doing something right. If you got a lot of friction against your skin, against your hand, against your armpit, that is a good thing. All right, I digress. Friction in sales is a good thing. You want friction. We're not talking about a gap of where they are to where you want them to be. No, I'm talking about friction. If you could create enough friction that they're like, holy cow, this is so uncomfortable for me right now, but I know there's some truth to this. The more friction you can create, the better it is, the more money you can actually make. And again, nobody's telling you this stuff. They're telling you it's easy, but that's not how the universe works. Then to go with time, we're going to use increments of 7, 14. I'm telling you, you're not going to find this anywhere else. 21, 30, 60, 90, and 180. Notice the arrow goes on to infinity, which means you can go a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. And then the friction will say, for example, the max here is, let's go with 10K, $10,000. Notice the arrow goes up. You can charge more for your coaching consulting. You could charge way more. And people will make up stories and say that they charge way more money. This is a sweet spot right here. The sweet spot for you to make the most profitable money when it comes to online marketing, coaching, consulting, all this kind of stuff. This is the sweet spot right here. This is what you need to be charging. If you're not charging that, it's okay because this is where you need to get to. $8,800. If you are charging less than 2K, you are approaching what we would call is the danger zone. You're outside of the 2K threshold right here. It's 2K. This is 10K. And again, I'm not saying you can't charge less than $2,000. And I'm not saying that you can't charge more than 10 grand. I'm telling you, this is the sweet spot right here. $8,800. Some people, for them, it's 5K. And some people, this is actually $8,000. $8,800 is right here. Whoa, $8,800 is right there. That's you're starting to creep out of into the danger zone, if you will. So let's just, this is actually $7,000. So if you're below that, you're going to have a tough time building a sales team because you're not charging enough, especially if it's below the 2K threshold. If it's above 10K, your program better be the best damn program on the planet, because they're going to be expecting results. And what happens is people that are paying over $10,000 for a program are generally not searching on YouTube for a quick fix, something that could just happen and be solved with a 10K problem. It's usually the majority of the people's problems could be solved within $10,000 or less. The majority, that doesn't mean all of them, but closer to 80% of people's problems can be solved if you charge them 10K or less. If you get over the threshold of 10K, you may be causing more harm than good, because especially if they're only making $4,000 and you charge them 10 or 12 grand, all they're going to be thinking about is that money. And if it takes, lowest the sweet spot is 30 days, that program is now 10,000 plus 20% on their credit card, and they're not making anything yet because it takes a while to learn. So they bought something from you for $10,000 and then they're now 30 days overdue on their credit card, and they're getting slammed with interest. And then day 60, they're getting slammed. Day 90, day 80, they drop off. They disappear because it was too much pressure for them. This is what I'm trying to tell you, the science behind this, the psychology behind this, all this kind of stuff. So the friction is within here. If you can be within this zone, if you could help them come up with a solution within 14 to 90 days in that range, they're on target. They're on target. If you have programs that are $2,000 or less, you can't scale properly. You can't. You cannot scale properly. It's going to be very difficult. If your program lasts more than 6 months, people are going to drop off because they need to get some quick little wins. If it's less than 14 days, they're not going to pay 10 grand because they're going to miss something. There's no way you could take somebody that is making $2,000, $4,000 and within 2 weeks get them to where they're making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. I'm just being honest with you. Life gets in the way, all this kind of stuff. Is it possible to replace their income within 30 days? Yes, absolutely. No matter what their income is, yes, it is possible. But this is the data out there. This is the sweet spot where you want to get. So if you want to be able to scale and bring on a sales team and charge them 100, like commission, pay them commission, let's just say 10% commission, anywhere from 8 to 12% commission, I believe is healthy. 8 to 12% commission. This is what I pay on my products for salespeople to come on board with me. So if I have a program that is $5,000, you get 10%. So you get $500, and that's spending 30 to 1 hour on the phone with a client. You can make $500. So hopefully this makes sense. If somebody tells you anything different than what I'm showing you here, watch out. I'm just telling you, watch out, because if they're charging you an arm and a leg and you're not getting any coaching and it's just a video course, it's not going to help you. The one thing I should have mentioned here is In order for you to get above that 5K mark, you need to be on the phone with these people. Is it possible for them to go online and whip out their credit card and give you $10,000 because they think your videos are so amazing that they just take the videos? Yeah, it's possible. But again, we're talking about the sweet spot. If you have a product that is 5K or over, you should be hopping on the call with them. If it's beyond $8,800, chances are it's going to be a 2 or maybe a 3 call. And your product will probably take about 30 to 180 days for them to achieve success. It won't happen overnight, especially if you're telling them they have no experience, no sales, no marketing, no web design, no technology. They don't know anything about software. They don't know anything about close.io. They don't know anything about HubSpot. They don't know anything about Zoom. You're thinking you're going to change their life in 14 days. It's not going to happen. You got to start slow. You got to give them more content. This is why it's important to have a YouTube channel, because you can let that stuff curate, percolate in the background while they're consuming your content that's less than $100. Now they can get a bit of a feel of what it actually takes, because on my channel, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what it's going to take. You're going to have to figure out how to build a website. You're going to have to figure out how to use an autoresponder like Aweber. You're going to have to know how to write emails, because that's what my whole channel is about. We study the best of the best in the world. We study their emails every single week. I'll be showing more videos on here of the best of the best. So hopefully you took a little snapshot of this picture, because this is where you want to get to. You want to get to where you have a coaching program that's priced between $5,000 and $8,800. This will allow you to build a team, because now you can be profitable and you can get people on the phone that are charging $500 to $8,800. You give them 10% commission, which is basically $500 to $8,800 to help them live, help them make 10 grand as well a month. And they're not killing themselves on the phone, because your price, your offers are so ridiculously low. They're below $2,000. I would say if you have an offer that's $2,000 or less, just do a video course and they can go through it with their credit card and all this kind of stuff. You don't have time to nickel and dime with each other back and forth on whether or not your program is worth $2,000. Make a video course that's 2K or less. Get them to buy something from them, get them to subscribe to your YouTube channel, get them to join you on Facebook for more free training. And then when they want to jump on board, they're ready to rock and roll, because they're a seasoned veteran. They know what it takes. Those are the people that you want to hire, the people that are going above and beyond the call of duty. They're not the ones that are negative. You don't want the negative people on the phone. You want people that are willing to work all day and all night if they have to build their own website, to learn an autoresponder. So it might feel like this is kind of a rant, but it's really not. I'm trying to tell you, this is what it's going to take for you to get to that next level. So if you're interested, and if this whole universe is new to you, what I would suggest you do is go visit my website, massivelists.com. Check out my course. I have a course. Just dump everything like this into my course. It's $7. It's basically, I'm giving it away for free. If you want to see some of my videos first, you can go over and it splashes over to the next page where you get the first 4 videos, but you don't get any of the bonuses. And it's actually more money. It costs you $97. If you're a quick decision maker, like a quick action taker, somebody that just acts right away, $7, you get the feel of how I operate. And we do a little bit of psychology, and you have to prep yourself, roll up your sleeves to learn some technical stuff. You got to learn how to write emails. You got to learn how to build a website from scratch. And there's templates that you could use, all kinds of stuff. But it's going to take work. Everybody else is telling you it's easy. Everybody's telling you that if you learn my new system, that it's going to just be so easy. Now you could sell stuff on Amazon. And you think about this logically, just walk through this for a second. If you're making so much money on Amazon, why are you teaching a course on how to get people to sell crap on Amazon? Like it doesn't make sense. So what I am teaching you is what all the gurus are doing. They all ask for your email address. I promise you, all of them do. Gary Vaynerchuk, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Lucas Lee Tyson, Dan Henry, Alaric Heck, Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins. I'm just listing. Sonny Lenarduzzi. I can rattle off 100 names. They all do the same thing. The only difference might be is they're doing ads. Maybe you're not. I don't do ads. Not yet. I might do ads down the road. But right now, there's a gap because people are coming in and they're thinking that this is easy. And then when they give up, they're shocked. They're surprised. And that's not my intention, is to shock and awe and surprise you and say this is going to happen overnight. You're going to be successful overnight. It's not the way it works. You have to put the effort in. You have to be an action taker. You have to be someone that is decisive. And when they say they're in like Flynn. But it takes time. The best thing that you could do right now, if you're nervous about spending a nickel, maybe you don't have any extra money, is to subscribe to my YouTube channel, watch my video content, pick like 10 people on YouTube and follow them with a notepad, write them down, subscribe to their stuff, start studying them. This is what I've done for the past 7 years. I have gleaned over 100,000 emails, and I'm going to be making more videos sharing with you how I organize my emails. And every day I'm subscribing to webinars. I'm subscribing to all the YouTube ads that are out on video, and I'm categorizing all these people. And the same thing happens in every email correspondence. There are 7 things. I talk about that in another video. I won't go into that here. But there are 7 things that happens in every email. This is what you want to do. So you build your framework, build your website. It doesn't matter what product or service you have to offer. It just has to be something that people are interested in. Don't get hung up in the detail. Just think of it like you're on a canoe or you're on a raft and you see a river. You got to be in that raft, especially if it's a fast moving fast. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be in a little pond that there's no current. So what you want to do is you want to see where all the big boys are playing, and they're playing right now on YouTube. They might tell you go to Facebook, they might tell you go to Twitter and all this, but if you're watching them on YouTube, do exactly what they're doing. They're buying ads, go ahead and buy ads. But if you don't have a website, you don't have a product, why are you buying ads? It doesn't make any sense why you're buying YouTube courses on ad strategy and all this kind of stuff when you don't even have a product or service to offer anyone. So you got to do this in little chunks. And that's what my course is about. I basically lay the framework for you so that you can wash, rinse, repeat over and over and over again till you become profitable. So profitable that you can quit your day job and you don't have to do anything else anymore. But at the beginning, you're going to be working. You're going to be doing your job. Things are going to not work. Links are going to be broken. People are going to be calling you back for refunds. They're going to say, hey, this link didn't work. I want my money back, whatever it is. Or they're going to be saying, this is fantastic. Thank you for that. So you got to get ready for all this stuff. That's it for today's video. Hope you got something out of it. If you have, please subscribe, pass this video on to a friend, and yeah, check out my course, massivelist.com. I have some free stuff on there. If you don't want to pay anything, just stick around on this YouTube channel, watch videos. I'm going to be dumping more content each week. It's up to you how fast or slow you want to go, how much money you want to spend, all this kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, the formula is there. This is what the gurus are doing as well. You think when you buy something for $27.97 that that's it. Ring, phone rings. They're going to upsell you something. So if you have a program right now and you're not selling it over $2,000, why not just bump it up right now? Right after you're done watching this video, knock it up to $5,000, because you're upselling people anyway. You're taking them up the stair ladder of 7, 97, 47, 97, 297, 997, all that. Why not just skip all that and just go from $7 to $5,000 or $97 to $8,800? Skip all that middle stuff. It's all fluff anyway. Get right to the heart of the matter. I'm telling you, as the friction goes up here, this is where the money is. If there's no friction, they're going to buy, even if it's $2,000 and there's no friction, they're going to buy, and they're not going to finish the course. They're not going to finish the training because they paid you $2,000 to get you off the phone. They're not going to do that when they pay $8,800. I promise you, they're not going to throw that money away. They're going to do everything they can to make that money back. But if it's $2,000, they could do that with their credit card online. They don't need you. They don't need your help. They can just pay for it online and then just take their time because there's no friction. So if you get anything else out of this, friction. You need friction in order to make a sale. And when you get that friction at the right ratio, you're going to make a lot more money as well. There it is. Thanks a lot. See you in another video. Bye for now.